is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Not even 30 seconds.
I don't give a crap.
I don't give a hoot.
We're trying to be
Hoot,
more
scoot,
PG-13.
boogie.
We were told by the studio. I'm Tyler, and that's Jake. Off panel, off topic.
We
What
were
episode?
told our names.
What episode?
258.
I thought last week was 256, so this would be 256.
No, it's 250.
Okay.
I looked it up.
Online.
On the Spotify.
Great hot rod joke. Underrated. I know, because I looked it up.
What you working on? This is something
Online.
for mom. Yeah, she's into that. What a weird movie.
We were told by the studio that if we can get the content down below a PG-13, that
Fuck
we might
that.
get an extra $1 a week.
Oh, shit.
Well, there goes our fucking extra $1 a week.
That was a minute
fuck
23, I think.
Piece of shit.
Oh.
What? No, we already lost
No,
it.
time out. Hey, now.
Fucking who gives a shit?
The first time it's a slip-up. Now you're just doing it.
Now you're just
That was a good one. Yeah, I beat you on that one, man.
poo-poo, pee-pee, caca. We did it.
Oh, yeah, right.
You ever what's the other one?
Oh, you know, classic.
You ever hear of a blade job?
Yeah, I did one. All right, so
Anybody that listens to the show.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
because it's time for off panel, off topic. Yeah.
I told
Captain Freedom, please make your way to
you
wardrobe.
need to do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
And watch the Chris Van Vliet episode of Dan Soder and Will Sasso doing wrestling impersonations. They're reading poetry as Macho Man
I'm
and
sure.
Hulk Hogan.
You sent me a clip.
Will
That was
Sasso-
enough. That was enough.
Shut your butt. It's paradoxical, brother.
Will Sasso is a national treasure.
And he's Canadian.
Huh?
He's Canadian.
Oh, well, then
I'm
he's
pretty
a
sure.
fucking Canadian treasure. Get out of here, you
loon.
you bald
Because
Canuck.
they call them loonies. That's what they call their change. Yeah.
Their dollar is called the loon. Did you know?
Come on, Canada. Loon? That's the best you got for your currency?
Did you know? I mean,
Anyway, can I,
Yeah.
real quick, before we get in...
I heard that you texted me earlier and you said I'm going to start today's episode off with a rant.
in with a
Listen here, Miss Manners.
flaming hot take.
Listen here, Miss Manners. After I snapped into a Slim Jim, I realized I wanted to do a rant. Because I'm wild, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, PlayStation
Uh-oh.
recently put out... They do these things called State of Plays. They're like...
Uh-oh.
So essentially what they are, like a sizzle reel of some trailers and some gameplay of like,
Sure.
these are the games that
Sure.
are coming out.
Yep.
They had one recently, which I think was one of the best ones they've had in a while. The big one was they were like, oh, we're going to show off Wolverine, and they showed like some extended gameplay of that, and that's coming out in a few months.
And that's the what's the company again?
Insomniac.
Yeah, so
They did those-
they did the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
and
And
those are immensely
The
popular
video, dude,
because they're good.
I'm gonna buy it for sure. I've already been like, no, I'm buying this day one because I love all the 3 Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games they made: Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man
Didn't they
2.
make the Batman ones too?
No, that's a different company. But well, they've done a bunch of great games. They've been around forever. So yeah, when I saw all that, and then you see the gameplay, I'm like, God, it's just so good. Like the way that we've gotten now, where games like how seamlessly they move from the cutscene into the gameplay, no loading screens. They kind of showed off that technology with Spider-Man 2, and then you kind of see with this game. Looks fucking awesome. The thing that blew me away was we got a 20-minute gameplay reveal of God of War Laufey, which is a prequel game about Kratos' wife. She's dead in the first game, in the Norse saga, and you are like, it literally has the first scene from the first game, and her ashes are spread, and then you see the ashes flow, and they go into the underworld, and she wakes up. And then she goes, oh, they've spread my ashes. They've started the path. So I'm like, holy shit, is this whole entire game going to be her fighting in the underworld and with all these other gods? Because you see the Mongolian god of war, you see the Egyptian god of war. So I'm like, she's going to have to fight all these old gods? And I'm like, this sounds cool as shit, because I'm thinking, oh, this whole entire adventure is happening while God of War and God of War Ragnarok are taking place. And I just think it's a really cool reveal. What I wanted to rant about is how...
This is about to count as your long box, dude.
It could be my long box, too, I guess. But no, what I wanted to rant about was, despite how fucking cool this game looked, so many people, including the creator of the original game, which his take was actually just, he's a fucking idiot. It wasn't like stupid chud take, though. It wasn't. It was just... But the chud take that you're seeing all over is saying that God of War is woke now, and all this other stupid shit just because it's a woman. And I'm like, you have got... You know what? This is why people like Tyler want to leave this shithole country.
Yeah.
Because it's populated with dumb, fucknut, untalented pieces of shit who, by the way, probably have never even come close to being with a woman, lest be inside them. Think they have any say with one thinking that it's Deborah Ann Woll who's in it. Who anybody that says she's ugly is fucking lying. She's a very attractive woman.
Yes.
Stupid. And then the same people were bitching about Jean Grey, how she looked in X-Men or the Wolverine game, saying she's ugly. And I'm like, again, you guys are the ugliest, most mediocre loser motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah, because you're ugly inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, would never have a chance with a woman because you don't treat them as human beings and respect them as such. And you wonder why they don't talk to you, because anytime you see anything about it, any sort of movie, video game, whatever, where it's a woman,
you flip your shit.
You think, oh, this is not going to make any money, despite every evidence. Like, remember how they said Barbie was going to flop?
Yeah.
Remember how they said Ghosts of Yote was going to flop because it has a female lead? Oh, it was the highest selling first party game PlayStation had last year. Guess that narrative fucking flies out the window.
Hey, this may, this might be a hot take.
Yeah.
Bear with me. I'm really going out on a limb here. Okay. Bear with me. It's hard to say.
I'm sorry.
No. Because I'm just saying.
Say this for
I know
for a
as
while.
soon as I say what I'm going to say, we are going to get some fucking emails and comments. Okay. Oh yeah, get ready for it.
Oh no.
I know.
Another
I know.
Cheetos flaming hot take.
I know. Flaming hot take from those cowards over at Lay's. Got to get that dig in.
Take that, Terry.
But here it is. Super hot take of the millennium. You ready?
Yes.
Women are pretty great. Women are awesome, actually. If you've ever spent time around a woman, you're like, wow, that human being was really great on another level than my buddy. Like, my buddy Jake is really awesome, a really awesome human being. But there's something about that Rachel character that I was hanging out with, just a random name.
Okay.
Just a random.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something about hanging out with Rachel that's like, oh, that's even better. Because I don't know why, but they smell better, They're not usually, and I'm overgeneralizing. I don't want to overgeneralize. I'm just saying that if you have a serious problem with women, you have a serious problem with just, I don't know, man. You just suck. I don't care.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
I don't care if you've been burned by a woman before. I have too. I've gotten cheated on twice.
No, Tyler, hear what it is.
But,
can I tell you what it is most of the time? Not every time, but a lot of the time, it's because mommy didn't love them enough. Or somebody in their life.
Fault.
Or somebody in their life didn't love them enough, so they're taking out on everybody else.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow. Big fucking
And I want to go on a tangent on that for a little bit because I'm so... And
like those guys would say, the world doesn't owe you shit, pal.
And I got to be quite honest with you. I've meant it so many times. I put down my credentials every time on this. I have played these games since they were on the fucking PlayStation 2.
Wow.
And I can tell you, on that 20-minute gameplay footage I saw, that game looks fucking awesome, and I cannot wait to play it. I don't give a shit that it's not Kratos. Because you know what I was thinking the whole time? I'll bump the mic. I'm like, oh, this is going to run concurrently underneath those 2 other God of War games, and then you know what's going to happen? I hope what happens at the end of this, she finally gets back to Kratos, and then boom, the next God of War game is all 3 of them. It's Kratos' family. It's him, his wife, his son. You play as all 3. That would be a fucking awesome game, and I hope that's what happens. Because you know what? Kratos deserves to be happy.
Sure.
Also, David Jaffe, I don't give a shit about his takes. The guy hasn't made a game that's made money in how long?
What was his take?
He's like, it just looks generic, and this isn't what he already hated. This he hated how they're taking the Kratos character because
I get it.
He wants it to
your
be
thing, but
well.
you know
I
what?
get it that it was your baby.
Did you sell
but
it?
you haven't. But here's the thing. Yeah, you haven't had your fingerprints on this franchise since you started pre-developing God of War 2. So you haven't touched this franchise forever. So respectively, shut the fuck up.
If I understand it correctly, he made God of War 1. Started helping with God of War 2, and then
went off and did his own wanted to make his
did he
own
like
studio.
sell his stake?
He just left and made his own studio. And so Sony Santa Monica gave it to Cory Barlog, who's been the steward of the franchise since the second game, even though he left God of War 3 and he came back
So it's not really
and
your
rebooted
baby.
the fucking franchise.
Yeah,
It's
so-
more Cory Barlog's baby
Cry
than
me a
his,
river.
who he'll admit to saying.
Okay, that's enough.
So tell me what you want to talk about, because we got a little thing called It's a long box. Tyler, what's your long box?
My long box is I was at the Jays a couple of weeks ago, and I go in there about once a week, maybe twice a week, every Wednesday for New Comic Book Day. And then, sometimes I'm just driving around. I'm like, let's go see if they got any like movies, because they got cheap movies, cheap DVDs. And one movie I'm looking for is Clifford, which stars Charles Grodin and Mary Steenburgen as a couple that adopts a 9-year-old child who is played by Martin Short. Have you ever seen this movie?
I think so, yeah.
It is one of the most brilliant movies ever. Anyway, so I always go over to make sure that they just have copies of Cliffhanger and no copy of Clifford every day, because they always have copies of Cliffhanger.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And then I look for The Rock, which is the other Michael Bay movie that I want to get, having bought Con Air from Jay's a couple of weeks ago. And with Con
What do you
Air,
need a blow dryer for?
yeah, right. With Con Air, I also bought Blue Streak, which is one of Martin Lawrence's greatest movies. I will have to admit that I've never seen any other Martin Lawrence movie, so
Not even Bad Boys? With
Nope.
Will Smith?
never seen any of them.
Oh.
Well, I have no desire to look. I went through that with Lethal Weapon, man. I've already seen the whole cops by their own rules
Too
shit.
old for this shit.
I don't need to see 3 versions of it that a lot of people. When I'm at a party and I meet like a guy, and I generally like after a couple of rounds of chit chat, I'm like, I don't think you and I would get along. And then they say something like, man, Bad Boys is like the best. And I'm like, only guys that I know I wouldn't get along with are like, Bad Boys is the best.
Hold on. Have you seen Bad Boys 2? No. Hear me out.
Somebody was like,
no. Tyler,
do you want to see
Tyler.
Bad Boys for Life in the theaters? And I was like, I haven't seen 1 or 2. I'll be totally confused.
No, you won't.
I know, because it's stupid. Anyway.
First of all.
All right.
First of all.
Never saw Big Mama's House. Never saw, just never saw.
Not even Black Knight.
No. You've told me about that movie, though. But Blue Streak is a really funny movie
Black
that
Knight's a classic, though.
where Dave Chappelle steals the show as Tully, the really dumb criminal. What? Listen. So you're gonna have to hand me
When
a
he
gun.
beats the shit out of him
No,
in the interrogation.
don't! You can't just hand it to me. They'd be watching.
Give me that gun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take it.
Give me that gun. The way he says, give me that gun.
Believe that. So
Fucking Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson is great too because it's one of his
What?
first roles. So
Believe that.
his whole yeah. And then he takes his jacket off, and he's like, "Believe that." Luke fucking yeah. But William Forsythe is in it. Peter Green is in it. But Martin Lawrence. So he's a crook, and in the beginning of the movie, these 4 guys steal a diamond, and one reason or another, things go sideways, and he has to hide the diamond in a construction site across the street from where they are. He goes to jail for 2 years, and he comes out, and he goes directly to 5th and Grand, I believe, in downtown LA, and it is where the new cop station, the police station, is open.
Yeah.
And he literally is like, "What the fuck?" He can't say what the fuck, though, because the movie's PG-13, which sucks. Because you don't get really the Martin experience, honestly. You know, I mean, you do, but
You have to watch
You can
stand
tell,
up
you can
until
tell
that.
he's got to censor himself.
He doesn't censor himself in Bad Boys.
Great.
He says all the fucks you want.
I'm sure he does. Not worth seeing it, though.
The second movie, they infiltrate a.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying. The second movie starts with them shooting Klansmen. Is all I'm saying. It's pretty fucking dope. Is all I'm saying. Michael Bay, don't like a lot of his movies, but he kind of cooked with Bad Boys
I don't
too.
like Michael Bay in a lot of his movies, but I like the Bad Boys. Well, thanks there, Mel Kiper. Bad Boys. Hey, listen now.
A lot of people don't like Bad Boys 1. A lot of people don't like it. I understand that.
Pick
But
every week.
have you thought about Bad Boys 2?
Todd.
Picking at number 3.
Todd, you're picking up a number 3 of the Giants. Anyway, back to the. That's why you come. You come for the content. You stay for the what the fuckedness. Yeah, I just made it up. So anyway, the movie's really funny because Martin Lawrence is a talented guy, and he is a guy that can carry a whole movie, you know. And the story itself is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he gets promoted. He has his buddy make up some fake documents, and he gets promoted to like lead detective for robbery, and then the FBI is like, you know, do you want a job with, you know, and it's like, look. The first person who takes a look at his dossier is going to go, this isn't a real person. And the gig's up, right? Yeah. But you got it. It's a movie.
It's a great idea for a comedy plot.
And I think it goes well because of the cast. It goes well because of the lead. But it's a really, really funny movie. There's a part where the public defender, he's riding with the guy that they caught. And he's driving, the guy they caught is driving the van, and he's in the passenger side. And the public defender's like, listen, Malone, I know about you and your reputation. If my client has one scratch on him when he gets back, I'm having your badge. And he's like, oh, I got you. And she turns around, and he gets, the guy they caught gets in the van, and he's still looking at her, and he just reaches over and just wham into the steering wheel, and you just hear, boop. And she turns around like, and she turns around, he's like, I don't know what happened. It's just really funny because it's just, and then again, Dave Chappelle just kind of steals the show. I highly recommend Blue Streak if you haven't seen it. It also showcases a lot of 90s hip-hop that you might have missed.
And it's better than a brown streak.
It's... but Blue Streak is a great movie. I think you should go check it out. So, cool. That's it. Yes!
All right.
A+. A minus. Because it's PG-13.
I'm ballsy.
Actually, it's shorter because it's PG-13.
Yeah. We're so pressed for time.
Yeah. What do you want from me?
What do you want from me, sweet
Sing-
Jesus?
yeah,
What do
sing
you
it up now,
want from
won't
me,
you?
sweet Jude?
Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude. Keep it. I don't remember the name.
Keep it real.
Keep it real, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Actually, that was the alternative
Keep
title.
it real. Take a sad song and steal it. Like, keep it real. Keep it real. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Keep it real. All right.
Judy! He's pounding on Judy!
What are we watching today? Judge Judy!
Judge Judy!
What the hell?
You know what? Fuck Judge Judy. I'm watching The Hot Bench. I want 3. I want 3 judges for my money. You ever seen Hot Bench?
No.
Let's go on. Let's
So
move on.
Until
Yeah.
Dawn is my
Oh, you get a LONGBOX after all that shit at the beginning? All right, whatever. No, go ahead.
No. This is the movie I want to talk about.
My cookie.
So I played the video game back in 2015 on PS4. Loved it. I think Supermassive is the team that did it, but they did a really cool thing because it was one of the first time I had really played a game where it was like fully performance captured, like it was face capture, so you actually saw the actors. They were actors that you'd seen before. It's kind of cool to see that. And the story of that deals with these things called Wendigos. If you're ever familiar with like the lore of that,
I read a Marvel comic or two.
yeah, well. But yeah, they're in like Native American lore of mythology, not lore, mythology about like these people, if they ever resorted to cannibalism, they would turn into these monstrous beings, almost like a werewolf. And that concept is like those are the monsters you fight in that game, and it does come up later in this movie. It come up in this movie, but the movie does something interesting where it kind of avoids that game completely. Now, normally if I would say that, like people, and some people didn't like this, and I understand that. Normally I'd be like, what the hell? You're not even following the game's plot, really. But the way that they tie it to the game is that what they said was it's not a adaptation of the game. It's in the same world of the game. So it's almost kind of like a prequel to the video game. And I kind of like it for that because it does something completely but what it does with its uniqueness, it makes it still feel like a video game. So what happens is, in this movie, they go to this town to try and find one of the characters' sisters who's been missing. Everybody else thinks they know that she's dead, and they're just kind of trying to help her grieve, essentially, you know. And what happens is they go to this town, and they're like the only people in the town. And then this clown killer who's at the beginning of the cold open of the movie shows up and kills them all like a classic slasher flick, right? But then they all wake up. So now we're in a time loop. And so they're reliving this night over and over again. But how it's like a video game is, one, they're dying and respawning. But then it's also every time they come back, there's a new threat. So again, it's like playing a video game when you have different bosses and stuff. And
Sure.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a fine movie. I had fun with it. It's not like a groundbreaking horror movie. It's not. It's like, man, you gotta fucking see it. It was just one of those things where it was like, okay, I'm glad, because I even thought like, why even bother adapting? Because the game is so cinematic and so much. It feels like you're participating in a horror movie that I was like, why? You already kind of had that experience. Why would you want to make that a movie? But the idea they're like, oh no, we're gonna keep it in the universe, but do something a little bit different. I can respect that. But yeah, it's a good time. So now, let's talk about Spider-Noir.
Let's talk about.
Wait, hold on.
Video game.
Swing the web.
Let's talk about Ben Reilly.
Yeah. So, full spoilers. Tyler and I finished the rest of the season, so we're gonna review.
So,
we're not gonna talk about every episode. We're just gonna broadly just talk about the first season.
So, yeah, we're gonna
Spoilers,
broadly,
by the way.
we're gonna jump around a lot. Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't seen any of the episodes, maybe episode 1. If you have, but none of the others.
Yeah, we're
check it
doing
out.
2 through 8.
Yeah. So, real quick. So, the first time I watched it, it gave me the option. My TV was fucking up, so it had like watching True Hue, watching Black and White, and something else. I can't remember what the other one was, but the two were highlighted, and I'm like, it won't let me change, so I just clicked, and it gave me Black and White for the first episode. When I went back to rewatch it, I did have the option, and I went Black and White. and then I watched like 3 episodes in a row, I think on Saturday. And when it went to the next one, it just went to color. And I got to be honest, I watched the rest of it in color, and I didn't hate it. In fact, I felt like the black and white was a little too dark. There wasn't enough brightness in it. Like when I was watching like the color episodes, it was like I'm not really squinting to like make something out.
I mean, they were
on
they
the screen.
did intentionally wear like very brightly lit clothes in the color version to because if I understand correctly, it was shot in black and white. No,
No, it was
it was shot in black and white, and they color corrected
because
it.
that's why it's true hue. Yeah,
Yeah, because and that's why they wore the bright colors
Yeah.
to accentuate that on the
But-
black and white.
So
But-
so I'm watching this, and so I did watch it in color, which I actually preferred after the first.
Well,
couple
Amazon,
episodes.
if you download the episode, so a lot of again, I watched a majority of this away from my home, so. Amazon, when you download it, only lets you watch it in color. You don't have the option. So when I watched it at home, I did watch it. So I rewatched the first episode with my wife, and the second, I think maybe a little bit of the third episode in black and white. It looks gorgeous in black and white, and
yeah, I'm not
she
saying.
and she has. I think if she's still interested in watching it, I would gladly go back and watch it again in black and white.
Yeah,
I probably will.
I'm saying like you're not going to. There's pros and cons of both, but it's not. Like
It
watching
doesn't damper your experience.
Watching it in color didn't ruin it for me by any means.
Yeah.
So about halfway through the second episode, I'm just dicking around. I look up Spider-Noir on Wikipedia, and I start reading around. And apparently Nicolas Cage, it was supposed to be animated.
Yes,
And he
we
was
talked
like-
about it on the show. Yeah,
Right, and we've talked about this. But I didn't know this, is that he was talking about how after he gets bit, he has to relearn how to be human again. And that he was, quote, playing the part as a spider cosplaying as a human. And I was like, okay. And I'm glad I saw that so early in the series, because episode 6 is when it really comes full that he's like, it's really pronounced, right?
Yeah.
But throughout the series, throughout 2 through 5, he does stuff like when he's in the theater
some
and he's
tics.
reciting the lines with James Cagney.
Yeah,
It's because that's how he relearned how to talk.
yeah.
And
And that's why he talks like that.
to me,
Yeah.
did you say 30% Bugs Bunny and 70% James Cagney?
He said, Nicolas Cage said something to the effect
Yes,
of like
I
it
read
was,
the
it
same
was
thing. Yeah.
Bugs Bunny playing Bogart,
Which is fucking great, because there's moments where he's a shit like Bugs Bunny is.
yeah.
Like he's a little shit.
He's always talking shit.
Right, but I just, look, I don't know where we ever got, I said this last week, I don't know where we ever got to a point where we were like, we should question what Nicolas Cage does. And I was talking to my brother about this last night, and he was saying that like, oh, it was because he did Leaving Las Vegas and won an Oscar, and then just kind of
No, he's frivolous with his money.
yes. So he had to
To take
work
a bunch
like
of roles.
every
Yeah,
fucking day of every year. So he's got 4 movies coming out every year, and maybe one of them is good,
And
right?
like a bunch of them are going straight to DVD because
Right,
he just
and
needs the money. Yeah.
We understand that, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, it's not so much that as this, and I'm like, I understand that, but even the bad movies are worth watching because he's in it.
I think I
You know
said
what I
this
mean?
in the first episode. I mean,
Yeah.
at the very least, in any role that he is in, he is wildly entertaining.
Yes.
And you know what? Do yourself a favor and listen to how he talks, because again, I said it last week when we talked about episode 1. It's the same thing I said about Keanu Reeves, where it's like they are two guys that you can tell just really love movies, and it's like also with the Tom Cruise thing, where it's like when he is talking about this show or anything else, he's very, even the silliest things, he takes them serious and delivers a funny, serious response, because he is an artist.
Yeah.
And he understands, and like one of the lines in the show that I love, where he's like, an artist can't paint with air. I need a brush. I need a pastel, and then like to give him a chance to, I mean, fuck. And then like I saw another thing where Lamorne Morris was doing an interview, and he said, I don't give a shit what the script was. Nicolas Cage was doing it. I'm doing it. And like that's the kind of presence he brings to this.
Let's move on to Lamorne Morris, because
He's fantastic.
I
in
don't
this.
know if you find a better foil for that part for this series for Nicolas Cage than Lamorne Morris. I think he
like
was
the hopeful Robbie.
he was
yeah.
great foil for that character. because he was just as much of a shit when he wanted to be, right? Mm-hmm. But he was also
He's just as broke as Ben. He's just as down on his luck as Ben.
He was just really great. All the times that he like gave little snide comments to people and shit. When the lady was being really rude to him at the office, at the window.
Yeah.
And he's like, by the way, Todd is the killer because she's reading a book.
Yeah.
Like little shit like that. He
dude.
would do that all the time.
Wait, he's
throughout
trying
the
to.
series.
Is that supposed to be Tombstone? I can't remember. The dude.
Lonnie Wilson. Lonnie Lincoln.
Fucking love that too.
To be honest, the way the makeup came out, I thought they should have made him the Rhino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I love that when he's trying to look for Tombstone and he goes, like, big black motherfucker. So this is how, because they don't curse a lot in this show. So hear him say motherfucker was like, what?
They didn't, a lot. But when they did, yeah. So what were you saying?
No, but I think his like, but still to be like down on his luck and not. And still be hopeful and be that foil of being like, look, that was 5 years ago, man. You need to move on and you need to come back because I don't know if you know, but there's other superpowered people now and they're all working for the bad guy kind of thing. I love that we didn't get a Sinister Six. We got a 3 team. And then at the end we only got 2. But I love the fact that the heavies are lesser known Spider-Man villains. The only one that has the most mainstream notoriety is Sandman because of Spider-Man 3, but the fact that fucking Megawatt and Tombstone are in this?
Megawatt, I don't really know him that well from the comics. I
don't know a ton either. I just know he's like I know he's a very obscure character.
Electro. I don't know why I have to. Anyway, but I think he was my favorite. He ate every scene that he was in.
Yeah.
That actor.
Yeah.
And he was really good at it too. I really like
Nebraskan cornfield because I'm all in.
That means I'm listening.
Oh, when he kills the prison guard and fucking Brian Gleason just goes, that was weird.
Yeah. That was weird.
His Silvermane's so damn good, man. The top to bottom, the cast is fantastic.
Yeah. And to be honest, like I'm kind of glad they didn't try and do like a steampunk Silvermane.
I like that he was just the mobster.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with all of it. I just have to say that I have to say also watch out in the future for Lee Jun Lee because she's going to be in a lot of shit. She is talented as fuck.
She was great in this, yeah.
Just crazy talented, crazy good, crazy attractive. Just wow. Perfect for the femme fatale role.
Oh man, okay. And I want to give and that's why I want to give these people these props because we're gonna spend a lot of this talking
His
about
secretary.
She's great. Yeah,
she's great.
I just feel like we're gonna spend so much talking about Nick Cage's performance because
I know that's why I want to.
Yeah, I know. Let's get all these guys out because I got to talk about all of like first of all the voice, the choice to talk out the side of his mouth and talk like this because he said that amongst the Bugs Bunny thing, he said you had to. He's like I had to play big because it's a 30s thing, so it's like it's of the time, so he's got to play big, so he's got to talk like this.
Before you move on, I just want to say that like going along with that, this whole series felt like a love letter to the entire noir genre.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's it's what we love. That's one of the things I love about comic books and love talking about doing this show and talking about them because, like we said in the first episode, there is this whole thing was a stunt cast thing.
Yeah.
They stunt casted Nicolas Cage to be a bit part in a Spider-Verse movie.
And he nailed it.
He's just Nick Cage being fucking a Again, all that talk about all that shit he had to do for money, the dude is still a fucking great actor.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me he isn't. Shut
Just
up.
because he had to take shitty parts doesn't make him a shitty actor.
He can do comedy, he can do drama, he can do anything. He's fucking great.
Oh, Ryan Gosling made smart choices. Well, good for him.
He's one of the rare examples where he became a meme, but he's actually a good actor.
Yes, thank you.
And so again, you're right. We shouldn't question his choices anymore. He just had to make some money because he's fucking phenomenal in this.
He did buy a castle and a fake dinosaur bone.
He killed
and
it
had to
so
return
hard.
it.
By the way, he killed it in a shot-in-the-dark animated movie that became this humongous success, and he's part of that. And then they're like, okay, let's do this own animated show. And then he's like, no, let's do it live action and make it fucking black and white. And I'm like, okay.
There were a lot of moments where you could tell it was it was what was the word? It was like animated. There were a lot of fight sequence parts that were animated.
Well, and then you could see like the background was very much like that green screen look of the 30s.
But here's the thing: is I didn't mind it.
No,
all.
I liked it. Yeah.
Every single thing that in other movies or series that would have made me be like, oh, that didn't look good, made this show better. Again, they leaned into it so hard.
When I was watching it in black, sorry, go ahead.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
I'm just excited. I want to talk.
We're
about
just effusive about it because it was unexpected, and it was like, I wonder what this is going to be like. I knew that we would like it because Nick Cage and the idea of.
Oh, we're gonna do a Spider-Man noir show.
I don't know.
Like,
I think we have the same kind of thing. Like, yeah, I want a Superman movie, but I also want something weird like Spider-Noir. I want something weird like The Boys. I want something off.
We had that whole argument with Gomez when he was on the podcast because he's like, I don't want them in Brand New Day in that Spider-Man movie. We're like, I don't want Tom Holland to lean into the fact that he's being a spider. But you, me, our friend Luke, all three of us said it's in the comics. I want to see that.
Yes.
As stupid and silly as that sounds, I want to see it, and that's the thing. I had no choice, Tyler. It wasn't just because of this show. It was because I had no choice because I'm curious. Because I'm like, how the fuck are they going to pull that off?
My favorite,
and they nailed it, unbelievably.
My favorite Nicolas Cage scene moment, if you will, is episode 6. Kind of starts off with his origin, if you will, after he's been bitten, and he's in the. He's in the thing, and he's just sitting like this, and then he just goes like this.
Yeah. Well, no,
and then he just,
the thing that I love
what's
about that
happening to me,
that
sir,
whole entire episode, Nightmare on a Gurney, is what it's called, and it is like again, like you said, such a love letter to the noir genre because like a lot of detective noir stories, the hero gets drugged in some way and has some weird hallucinogenic. I can't even say the word.
Hallucinogenic.
He sees stuff.
He freaks the fuck out. Yeah.
Hallucinogenic. There we go. Yeah. So that whole episode is an acid trip, and it's awesome. And
that was just my favorite part
him
because
doing the arm thing when it, like you talk about when it's.
So again, if
you understand he's a spider,
I think everybody should have been told like, hey, this is how he's playing it before you watch the series. Again, since I read about that around episode 2. I had that knowledge going through the series, so when I got to episode 6, it was a culmination of all the stuff all the little clues that he was leaving.
Yeah.
And that was just glorious because he just fucking went for it, dude. And it wasn't a lesser actor had been like, are you trying to be Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Mr. Rubber.
Well, I got to say, like, I love the whole, first off, if we talk a lot about the cast and Nick Cage's performance, but we have to talk about the story itself. I just think it's a fun, pulpy story.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the idea that he got his powers from a military World War I experiment, where it's this like really creepy looking spider. Like the effects are not great on it, but if the rumors are true, I heard they spent a shit ton of money on this show.
But the spider looked great.
No,
man spider.
Yeah, but the fact that he gets that from just being bit by that, and then, like you said, for them to double down on the idea of like, okay, we're gonna give him organic webbing, and they did it in a really cool way that
and it's black, by the way.
Because if I don't remember Spider-Man Noir a whole lot, like the comic book.
I didn't read the comic, yeah.
But it was some like weird, like I think it was some like weird spider god thing bit him.
Okay.
So and I like that they kind of played homage to that, but they did it in their own way, and it worked inside their story, and that's what you want with these adaptations.
Oh, all the connections between all the characters. I mean, the story
and the fact that that they're all connected.
The way
to
the story
unraveled
doctor, was so good because. The episode where I think it's Wilson was his henchman that he shoots at the end of the episode.
Yeah, episode 3. Yeah,
right. And at the very end of the episode, they show him
shoot
what he already did earlier in the episode. Oh, hang on. They show him breaking into Silvermane's place. There's the whole thing with like the door shutting.
Oh,
with the wind.
When he's doing the stealth.
But you're not. You think that he's just ripping off $1,000 from Silvermane to pay.
Oh yeah, the setup of that is
Addison's
perfect.
wife, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to the end of the episode, And throughout the episode,
The money tells the truth.
the marking is coming through, and then you realize that he doesn't mark it in the same place. And of course, Silvermane says, "Yeah, I mark it in a different place for every schmuck that works for me. Guess where these were marked?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then
oh,
that's
damn!
when
and then
Ben-
they showed it.
And that's when Ben delivers a line back to Silvermane, because that's when he goes, "The truth is in the money."
Money doesn't lie. Yeah. That was really fucking cool. I like that a lot. It was just a well done,
'Cause
well written story.
That's the same episode where he tells his, and it's also the show doing that for you too, where it's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same episode where he tells his assistant, he's like, "Sometimes I think you forget I do this for a living."
Yeah,
like it's like the show is trying to tell you, like, he's a good detective.
Yeah.
I like how throughout the whole show he's trying to tell people he's a coward because he doesn't want to be the spider anymore, and then he finally happens.
The scene underneath the hospital with all the dead soldiers who mutated too far. That was creepy.
Well, and dude, the flashback, the World War I flashback where they're liberating the camp was really cool.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of set everything up.
Yeah, that was kind of unexpected. Like, here's a flashback to World War I. Oh, neat. Okay.
And but then it's like, oh, this actually sets up him getting bit and everything else.
To be really brutally honest, what I loved about this show, I want to say that was like episode 4 or so.
Because in the third episode, he finds the picture to connect the fact that Tombstone, Sandman, and Megawatt were all in the same military company.
Right. The way that the show unravels itself is that each episode is like, okay, here's a little bit of the puzzle. Here's a little bit of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of the puzzle. Around episode 6 or so is when it really comes into focus. But there's even some twists and surprises in the last couple episodes, right? But I just loved how if you do a show right, I'm going to be hanging on everything. I'm going to be hanging on every word, on every sequence, on every punch, on every, sound, every card chase. I'm going to be hanging on all that stuff because I want to know, right? Task. You remember that show that I watched with Mark Ruffalo?
Penguin did that for me.
Penguin was really, really good too. Did you turn it back?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Penguin was really good too. There were a lot of, it was just written so well that I didn't want to try and guess what was going on, I wanted the story to be brought to me the way that the creators wanted it to be told. I make albums. I want people. I know.
It's just funny how you said it. I make albums.
I make albums all the time, motherfucker. But
nobody buys them.
It's relevant. Trust me. I know. I'm going outside to come back inside, but just listen. I make albums, and I make albums a certain way. Song 1, play that, and you go all the way through to the last song. I want you to hear it in that sequence. I made the album that way so that when you press play and then just let it go till the end, that's how I want you to experience my music. I can't control that. Some people listen to one song and go to another one on another album, whatever. I can't control any of that, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay. But when you have creators who intend you to experience something a certain way and they pull it off like this, hats off. I was just really impressed by,
So I'm coming day and night.
pretty much.
I mean, it's terrific, right?
A little laugh at the end. I'm like,
I just came right now.
I made the joke. Yeah,
I just came right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna be governor of California.
Fuck you, asshole.
Governor. I can't. You want it. I don't know why I'm Robert De Niro. You want it?
Listen to me, buddy.
You want to know if there's something that I didn't like about the show, I'll say this. The final battle scene was kind of drawn out and a little bit like, okay, stop creating tension. There's plenty of tension to go around. You don't need Megawatt to charge his webs and then show him resisting because he's just
We've already
got
seen
the
enough
will.
of it.
Yes, right? Am I right?
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
That's okay. Yes, right?
And then you were like,
Ew, fuck you. Can you think of anything that you didn't like? That like I was searching. I was like,
I did
what?
love how he killed him though. That was funny that he threw him into a train.
Yeah, a little bit. I thought he killed Sandman, which I did like to see that we finally got a Sandman.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he grabbed like 2 cars and smashed him.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, come on, we get you're doing a little bit more of a.
Don't get me wrong. Like I did not mind like
No.
the lo-fi Sandman who is basically
And,
like,
hey,
I
for
just
the-
turned into really hard cement.
Megawatt is the only one that's like, yeah, okay, Pfft. That's not true because they're all kind of comic booky. Tombstone is the most like street level, but like the other two are one's shooting lightning, one's sand. But
Sand.
also I gotta say, Sandman, how the fuck did you think you were gonna fight a man made of lightning? He's gonna just do what he did and solidify you dumbass. But
Well, science. We didn't have the science knowledge.
oh, I didn't even think about that. Pah! You know what in my head, I was thinking, well, Sandman did not play Spider-Man 2 because the Spider-Man 2 game, you use Miles' lightning powers to destroy Sandman stuff. I was like, I knew that. Fucking fake, fake fucking Spider-Man.
Fucking duh.
But look, you're right. I'm okay with some of those guys having a little bit more grounded powers, but in my head, I'm like, it's Spider-Man and Sandman. You gotta give me one squish, just one squish, and then sure enough, they're like, bah!
Or at the very
also-
least, a giant sand fist coming out
love
of the
that
ground. Like a big hand coming out of the ground, and you know,
I love that the show committed it to the body horror level of this, and the fact that like the webs actually look gross because they come out of his
scabbed,
wrist. Yeah, and then they're like a tarry, like blackish, whitish look. It's kind of gross, and I kind of love that about it.
Yeah.
But what I think is interesting with the stuff with episode 6, where we would talk about the most Nick Cage performance of the episode is probably in episode 6 and 7. Fuck you. I know someone's gonna make that joke somewhere. But the part when it's great because when he's talking to the colonel, the like general and stuff at the military base, he keeps arms going in and out, and I'm like, of course, he's trying to like get feeling for the environment like a spider would, and then they kept putting his hands up like mandibles and shit, and then he does it again in the fucking hallway.
Yeah.
When he's leaving the lair of the doctor, and I'm just laughing. I was cackling because I'm just like, this.
I had a big grin on my face.
Yeah, because I'm sitting.
Because you're watching Nick Cage be Nick Cage.
And I'm sitting there thinking, this all started as a stunt cast, and I'm watching this man act like a spider trying to puppet a human body. And the fact that he commits to that again when they lay him down to bed and he curls up like a dead spider. So then I'm starting to think of like, oh, when he got bit, he was a spider. He's a spider.
You know,
in a man's body.
You know that Nick Cage sat down and watched videos of spiders.
Yeah.
Like he's that committed.
That's why he's like twitchy.
And he was all like, and he had a mirror, and he's all like, doing stuff, like this with the mandibles,
Yeah. And understanding the quick movements of a spider.
Yes.
Dude,
just inject that into my veins all day, man.
You know what? And it's like I said, I texted you about it. Like I was loving it because if it's any
I texted you first because you're busy.
If it was any other actor, it wouldn't work. Maybe if it's Jim Carrey, but like only a certain handful of actors could pull that off.
To be honest, Jim Carrey would have done great in this role too.
Yeah. But
I don't know if he's got the gravitas.
Could you imagine a movie where they would have to? Oh my God.
What?
Jim Carrey as the Spider-Noir's Green Goblin, and then come on, Jim.
Hey, Phil and Chris, we're available for season 2.
But that whole sequence, and then episode 7, when he's fucking hammered drunk after he just. By the way, the reason he's so drunk is because he had so much blood loss to the doctor.
Yeah.
That whole sequence. That whole episode was fantastic, but when she cuts him open and the spiders crawl out and like all that was crazy.
No, don't forget that
she
reminds
took pieces
me
of his liver.
That reminds me of the part that he comes in after drinking all night with Silvermane.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What are we waiting for? You. We're waiting for you, dumbass."
Yeah, because they all figured out what he got to at that point. They're like, "We know," and he's like, "Oh yeah." And then, but even there, before we get that reveal in episode 6, there's some twitchy shit that he does in his office.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
where he's like sitting down, he's like feeling, he's got the headache thing, but he's like twitching like weirdly.
So I'm saying I'm glad that I read about that.
Well, how do you feel about
Early
I know
enough
that
in
you're
the
saying
show.
but I love that take of like, oh, this is a spider operating a man's body.
Yeah, I couldn't be.
I kind of think that's insane.
I couldn't be more proud of my Nick.
But
I'm
but no,
kinda-
yeah, episode 7 on the drunk part. So he gets the antidote, and we all know he's not gonna take it because like if you really like.
Sure. I
Ramon
mean, it's
Morris is so good
dramatic
at
tension.
his character. Robbie is so good at being the audience and being like, well, if you really, really would have taken that,
You would have taken it.
Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
you wouldn't be holding it in your hand.
Yeah.
But
I like
that
how he
scene
tries to stab Tombstone and it just breaks.
breaks.
He's like,
oh,
uh-oh.
every time he fucks up.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Or the part when they're fighting and he has the two anecdotes and one of them breaks in his hand in
Yeah.
the final fight. And he goes, oh, no.
That's not good.
That's not good. Yeah, he's just like, whatever. He's perturbed. Because in the first episode, he pushes him off the thing and he's like, son of a bitch. And he starts shooting his webs.
Good on Robbie for realizing that the eye was the best place.
I like that no matter the Spider-Man property, whether he has web shooters or not, they will find a way to make up web blockage. So he's just, when he's throwing his hands in the last episode,
He needs
like,
to rest.
trying to
needs
get his
to
webs.
rest.
But the drunk scene in episode 7, when everybody breaks in and he's hammered drunk, also has pieces of his liver missing, so that's why he's even more drunk. And he's at the bar, and they're like, maybe the spider's just a guy. That he just like gives that whole speech.
He
that
literally is like, maybe.
he goes full Nick Cage.
Maybe.
The spider's just a guy like
Yeah.
anybody else,
Yeah.
and is sad and crying. And they're like, "Oh, big baby, the spider!"
And then the fight scene was great.
Awesome.
It was like
Eddie's-
it was like watching It was like watching Jackie Chan do Drunken Master Spider-Man.
Time out. Yeah, time out.
great.
Do you think that part when they get him and they knock him down and he like keels over for a second and just sits there? Do you think that was him just like letting loose and being like, "All right, let the spider take over"? Because then he just proceeds to beat
A little bit, yeah.
beat the
Yeah,
shit
a little
out
bit.
of him. And I think that was him just being like, "All right, let's stop pretending to be huwhen for a bit and just
Yeah.
beat the shit."
And
out
we
of
already
him.
talked about how we liked the
Oh.
spider sense,
And when-
the way they did it.
Ha ta 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 ta! When he
Yeah,
kills him.
Yeah.
I really walloped him there. Yeah. And he took it. There's a fucking. At that point, it's 7 episodes. If you're
dude.
if you're
not invested by then,
Yeah.
fuck off. Turn it off.
you're not.
You shouldn't have even made it to 7. You should have turned it off after 1.
Ha ta 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 ta.
Yeah.
Oh well, the fucking. I
He's
told
taking the mask off.
I
just
told
enough.
you, Megawatt. You said was probably your favorite just because of the dialogue. When he says
He just ate the fucking.
when he tells a lady to
character.
Amspray,
Yeah.
I hounded. I was like, what? Amspray? You never hear shit like that because it's 30s shit. But yeah, like that and the ha ta ta ta. I walloped him. Ah, good shit, man. I don't look, and I'm totally fine with it being one season. I'm sure because of money and the how good this has been and
was
how many
well
people have been
received.
talking
Yeah,
about it.
Well
There
received.
probably will be they left it open to be a second season.
Sure.
But I think it ends in a way that it ends perfectly like that's it.
Look,
Because with the big
you're gonna have to get. I'm sure everybody who worked on it would love to come back.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like it was a fun project to work on. But would Nick Cage be willing to come back?
'cause
Probably.
I think
Listen, can you pay off my taxes in Eastern Europe? Then
Well,
I'll
he said
come
that-
back for a second season.
he said that he took the role because or he was excited about it and wanted to do it because he wanted to be challenged by it because
Yeah.
he said that he felt he'd done so much with movies and reached such a height.
Yeah.
He's like it's,
maybe he wants to
it's
stick in TV for a
well
while.
that's I'm saying he's saying like it's an incredibly hard task to carry a TV show and I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could do it. He nailed it. It's fucking great
yeah,
show.
dude. Fuck yeah.
Um
Every episode, I was like, I can't wait to see Nick Cage.
and again, I think that's what's so
And
great.
that is not taking
That's-
away any other
this
from
is-
any other performance.
This is how I know he loves stuff like this because like he was even asked about his son's name because his son's name is Kal-El. And he had that role with Superman and he goes like honestly the Superman thing was I just like that name and I did kind of like that character but he even says in that interview Ghost Rider was my thing and
always.
he's like
He was always a Johnny
he said
Blaze
Ghost
guy.
Rider and the Hulk. He goes I liked the monsters.
Mhm.
He's like that's what I liked. And so like it was a
I
real
like
dream.
The monsters.
It was a
Yeah.
dream
I
to
like the monsters.
it was a dream role to play Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him. because he's Nick Cage. But another one I saw.
Well, that was
somebody asked him if his abs are real in that movie, and he got pissed about it in the interview. He's like, "Yeah, they are real. I worked really hard, and everybody thought they were CG. That's why I said I'd never do that again."
Great. Everybody said there was CG.
I said no.
Let's not even.
Why is my fucking Nick Cage always into the?
Let's not even forget that motherfucker's last name is Coppola.
And he used Luke Cage's last name to be like, I'm gonna make it on my own.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I love it.
So,
dude, if there's any celebrity that I would want to just sit down and talk, maybe even 5 minutes of their time.
I
just
still
be like,
want a private residence in Italy somewhere so I can be like the guy in The Unbearable Weightness. I would love to send him a letter and just be like, come out and let's do some peyote.
Fucking that movie is incredible. I love that fucking.
Great. Okay, let's take a break.
You never told me your number 3 favorite movie of all time. Paddington 2. Maybe I cried the whole time and made me want to be a better man. And then they watch it and they cry. Paddington 2.
No, the part where they're
You're right. Paddington 2 is
the
incredible.
part where they're running away from the people and they
fuck.
the wall,
they're looking
the
at
whole
us.
wall.
Yeah.
The whole wall part, like, I can't come down.
You go. Go save your family.
All right.
Dude, can you tell we're a pro Nick Cage pod?
A little bit.
Pro Carl Urban, pro Nick Cage, pro Pedro Pascal.
We
Really.
need a Nick Cage, Carl Urban movie.
With Pedro Pascal.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
All right, so we're only gonna have one book this week because
Because Jake sucks.
I've been working on a side project and I've been hard at working on that. So the free time I did have, I was watching Spider-Noir. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So we're continuing the promise
Cruel Universe Summer.
of bringing you another week of Cruel Universe Summer.
Cruel
right
Universe Summer.
So this week, what's the 3? You got the book in your hand. What's the stories we got this week?
We got the stories. We got Consumer Culture, written by Greg Pak and art by David Rubin. TikTok, writer Liam Johnson, artist Felipe Cunha, and colorist Yao Canola. Install update, writer Anthony Morrow, artist Daniel Guette, and colorist Valentina Pinto. Lettering by all of it by Richard Starkings and Comicraft's Tyler Smith.
This was one of the issues where you brought it to me and you said, we need to, because I said when I brought up the Cruel Universe Summer thing to catch up on all these books, you're like, you need to read that one. So this particular book, and I can see why. I think, usually, and you and I have had this discussion, and I'm pretty sure you said this last week, where, it's usually about either you like one or two stories is usually what it happens. But I think, this is one of the rare cases where all three stories are really good.
Shocking. All three have great great morality,
And again, that's why we love reading these anthology series, because they're all extreme morality plays, which is what these horror books always used to be. So the first book is Consumer Culture, first story.
So we start with a picture of a upper part of a city with all of these floating pools, and then with tubes, and you see at the bottom of the tubes is where everybody really lives, and it's just a shithole. The promise of this great country, Center Corp City. When the company profits, everyone profits. Get ready for a special treat. Art of Food, created by Center Corp scientists in collaboration with the culinary geniuses at Eater. And they show these people and they're eating them and stuff, and then they start dying from eating it. And they show these if there's a better representation of rich people.
Yeah, these ghoulish.
But they're all like, okay, we're up to
people.
2,000 fatalities, mostly children and old people. Worker productivity hasn't been affected.
I love that part where they're like, oh yeah, but able-bodied men are still alive and able-bodied women are still alive.
Most importantly, if they don't eat the art of food, that stink down below will eventually reach us up here. You said you could turn our waste into food, and we did. But they have to eat it to keep things running. Don't worry, we prepared for this.
So they... Yeah.
Please have your biometric ID and your release forms ready.
So they're given a fake option where it says either you do this or you serve prison
When you
time.
register with the CCTS, you will receive a time credit equivalent to 2 years of incarceration. You retain the right to decline registration with the CTS and incur a time deficit equivalent to 2 years of incarceration. Guess where we're heading, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So then they have to artificially change them so they can digest this shit.
That's
literal
fake
shit.
food that they created.
And the part where like they're forcing it into the kid and the mom is like
kid is crying.
forced.
So the morality of this too is amazing. So this
Starts-
kid starts crying. One character we're kind of following.
Yeah.
They say that she's been able to consume the most.
So
She's
stocks
like
are
this
still below
anomaly.
target. You need to feed them more. We've already increased their hours. We don't know if it's safe. They signed the waivers. Do it. They're dying. We've got to shut it down. What are you talking about?
So
Look at the numbers. It's working.
the kid-
it's your superstar. She's eating it all.
So she's eating it all because they're forcing. She's seeing what they're doing to her son.
Mm-hmm.
So she just turns into this giant cybernetic looking kaiju and eats them all.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. She rises
it's
up,
great.
destroys the rich people's city, and eats all of the rich people. It's
God bless
amazing.
America and God bless Center City. And you see her little
Also, by
kid.
the way, the robots are just comically abusing people too. They're like, I don't want to do this. They're like, shut up and eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
God.
just like,
Yeah.
I love. It's good satire.
Yeah.
Very good satire. I give that an A, man. I enjoyed
Hey,
that a lot.
look. If,
Across the board, they're A plus.
Look, anybody who's curious about where we're heading right now, read this book. This is where we're heading, okay? Profit over people. We're already there. It's just they're hiding it really well. And you're, maybe not you, because I don't want to insult our listeners, but most people are too stupid or unwilling to look beyond the surface and realize we are all fucked as long as money means more than life. And that we've been there for many, many years.
Our country is built on money over life.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, happy 250 years.
Fucking whatever. Second story is called TikTok, and it's this dumb influencer, and it's pretty much the entire episode or the entire story is 9 panel pages, and each one is a TikTok screen.
It's
And
just
she's
one
a,
character.
She's an influencer, and she's like, yeah, grab your favorite snacks. What are y'all getting this? They're interacting with a message from the president. What do you mean, aliens? And you start to see her numbers climbing to like almost 400,000, up to 500,000. And she's telling you, you're saying to stay indoors if you can, shelter in place. And then at one point, she's got 582,000 people, and she's at the market. She gets to the market, she's got 508,000. By the time she leaves, she's got 582,000.
And at the supermarket, she says, "Stock
You
up."
got to eat iron. You got to.
She heard somewhere that iron is what makes them sick. They can't handle it. They can't digest. Like they don't want iron.
Ignore what the scientists are telling you. Go get what you can. Spread the word. This is important. This is
So all those 500,000 people.
down to 314,000. A mistake. The next one, they show her like a week later.
I didn't mean to help them. So the iron made them more
who does that
appetizing.
sound like? Ignore what the scientists are telling you and go get what you can. Does that sound like RFK and Trump, those fucking stupid
every
motherfuckers
crack-
who you think are smarter because they have more money?
And every crackpot during COVID. And
Christ.
yeah.
What was the
Alex
shit that
Jones,
they, what was the shit, the horse?
Ivermectin.
Fucking morons. The advice I gave you, you need to stop. Just eat normal, stay at home. I think they help you. She keeps dwindling. At one point, she's down to 7,000, down to 23, and then 1. And she's just, lost her mind. She's like, if you're there, please tell me something. She keeps having one watcher.
One is down to one viewer.
Yeah, I need to know that someone is there, please. I can't believe it. I'd given it, and this person gives her a thumbs up. I thought I'd given up. I think everyone else is dead, don't you? And there's another thing, and I'm sorry it's not funny. If I give you my address, will you come here? I don't want to be alone anymore. And so she finally cleans up, and it's one of the aliens.
Yeah, and it eats her.
And after it eats her, it goes down to 0.
Yeah. So it's the morality of that is listen to a scientist and not some fucking idiot with a TikTok.
The morality of this is, even though I have to use TikTok and Twitter and social media to try and get my music out there, I hate it all, and it is bad for us. Watching somebody else live their lives so that they can make more money than you already do, that's just fucking stupid. Sorry.
I still don't even understand Twitch. And like
Fucking.
I can understand like funny clips and stuff, but I don't know how people would like watch people play video games. So
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'd rather just play the game, personally.
The next one, the last one, is called Install Update, and it starts with a word. Core drivers out of date. Please update to restore body motor and life support functionality. And he's got like a half meter of O2.
Yeah.
Gasp. Yes. Install update. And you show this like Deathlock looking motherfucker.
Yeah, this...
Unable to install update. Not enough memory. Please free up memory to install update.
This, by the way, is a story that would fit perfectly in the world of cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I could feel it like, and that's probably why I probably enjoyed this one the most. And like all were great, truthfully, but I think I enjoyed this one the most because it had that cyberpunk feel where it has. Because this whole story is about how he has to keep trying to remove old memories he has to keep space on his hard drive to keep getting firmware updates.
And the most thing is memories,
because he's like fully cybernetic at this point.
So memories, cybernetic functionality, life support, and OS. And memories takes up the most. So he's like, open up the memories. And he's literally just deleting memories to get enough space. Look, you and I have been here with our Mac computers, our laptops. We've been there where it's like you need to install the update. And you're like, okay. And it's like, can't. We don't have enough room. And it's like, okay, I don't know how memory works, but shouldn't the last update be where you put the new one? Like, why am I needing more space, right? But I don't understand that stuff. And so you go and you delete some stuff. I had to buy a 1 terabyte thing to move a lot of my videos that I used to do for our channel. And a lot of the GarageBand projects are fucking huge memory. So I had to move those onto a 1 terabyte outer.
I had to get an external hard drive.
Hard drive, so that I could update shit. And as it is, I've been making so many albums. Every 6 months or so, I got to move some projects.
And then you
got
to pay some Google
so we've been there,
thing
right?
to get more storage.
But
and
you know
this
what?
and,
And then there's sometimes you're like, I don't want to deal with this now. I'll
Dude.
deal with it tomorrow, right?
Dude,
because it's kind of a pain in the ass. This
having
guy is dying.
Yeah.
Like, he can't wait till
He's
tomorrow.
throwing away like you and I would throw projects into the trash bin on our computer. He's throwing away memories from his brain.
Yes, and everyone is like, he keeps going back farther and farther and farther and farther and farther and farther. And finally,
to when, like, even before he was cybernetic.
Way before he was. And finally, at the very end, he deletes the last memory. Well, actually, it says memory pause, life support at 0%. Please install update to resume. And there's these cats sitting next to him, and they're like, free meat.
Yeah.
And so literally, like,
and they said they were gonna get it out of the slums that they're in, and he's dead in the trash in the.
Yeah, memory deleted. He's gone all the way back. 37 terabytes of space still needed. Life support at 4%.
Which, by the way, I want to point out, 37 terabytes is an insane amount of memory. So he has way too much fucking hardware, and there's a scientist that says you're gonna die because you can't update yourself.
And he tells him,
he's like, that's never happened yet, so I'm not worried about it.
I'm made of money, so I don't
gotta
need to
get
listen to
thrusters
smart people.
so I can fuck this chick. Is pretty much what happens. Is literally what happens.
Which sucks because honestly, like, why would you?
And he doesn't even have a real dick.
I know it's not a real woman. She's a drawn character, by an artist. But look, if you were like with it, you don't delete that memory. You stop using cybernetics and marry that woman.
That's how dedicated Tyler is to
comic book chicks.
To jacking it. He would risk his life to get one more round
jack.
in, yeah.
One more jack to the panel of
Valhalla.
One more jack to Valhalla. Off panel, off top here with Jake and Tyler.